Hey everyone, it's Mike here from Mike's Horror Channel, and we just finally got through Friday the 13th, and I wanted to just go ahead and wrap up a lot of these updates into one video because they did release quite a few updates on Friday the 13th regarding the new Crystal Lake franchise and some other things. And I've been hearing a lot of chatter all over the internet and all over YouTube. A lot of channels are complaining, saying that they basically got snubbed by the Friday the 13th franchise, saying I guess they didn't feel like what we were given for Friday the 13th as far as announcements go was enough. They didn't feel like they gave us enough. I really disagree with that, but we'll get into that. Now, the first thing that they announced, of course, was the Halloween Horror Nights house for the Jason universe. Now, of course, if you're not in Central Florida or planning to visit Central Florida or Hollywood for that matter anytime soon, then that news probably isn't as exciting for you, understandably. I'm here in Orlando, so I'm very excited about the idea of a Jason Universe house, just so we can start to get a sneak peek at what's to come from this Jason Universe. The second thing that they announced was the NECA deal. So they're going to release some new figures from NECA for the Jason universe. Now, of course, we've gotten Jason figures in the past. We recently just got a Pamela Voorhees figure. But I think this time around with the new deal, I don't think it has anything to do with any of the previous films. I think they're just going to start releasing figures based on the new Crystal Lake series, based on the video game possibly that's coming, because that was announced as well. And then I'm assuming also for the movies. So there is going to be a lot of Jason Universe material coming out, and this NECA series is probably just going to be focused solely on the new stuff and probably a lot less on the previous films. Now, to follow up the Halloween Horror Nights news and the NECA action figure news, they also announced a brand new casting for the Crystal Lake series. So it says here, Peacock's Crystal Lake rounds out cast with Devin Kessler, Cameron Scoggins, and Gwendolyn Sundstrom. Now, I have no idea who any of these actors are, and that's probably a good thing. I love it when we get names of actors or actors that we just don't know who they are. I think that's a better look. I mean, we already have Linda Cardellini as, the main star here. So I don't think they really need to do anything else other than, let's start bringing up some up-and-coming actors and, so we could really just focus on the series and not on the actor themselves, if that makes sense. Now, they did say that one of these actors was going to be a legacy character, and I feel like that was a little misleading because they kind of got us excited thinking that it was going to be a major character that we all really knew and loved, but it wasn't. It was just one of the cops from the first film. So to wrap all of that up, we have the Halloween Horror Nights news, we have the Crystal Lake series casting, the NECA action figure, and to top it off, one last thing that was not so much announced, but if you know where to look, you can find it. They did announce a casting call, I'm assuming for some extras. And if you look here, it says 1970s summer camp kids, 1970s experienced lifeguards. So it really gives us an idea on what era Crystal Lake is going to take place in. I mean, we do know that the original films were all, in the 70s and 80s. However, it was possible that they could have modernized the series and kind of brought it into present day. So I think this is a good look. It lets us know that at least most of the series, at least the first season, if anything, is going to take place in the 1970s. So that's great news. Now, I just want to end this by saying, like I mentioned in the beginning, I know that a lot of these YouTube channels and, YouTubers and content creators who focus on the, the horror universe and in this horror space, they're very upset by what we got on Friday the 13th. They were hoping for something much bigger. But this is going to be a slow rollout. We knew that from the beginning. I mean, not too long ago, they gave us the Linda Cardellini casting, and it seems like since then, they've been pretty consistent on giving us something new every time. I mean, from the casting, we got screenshots of the set being built, so we knew it was under production. Now we got all of this stuff on Friday the 13th, and it might not seem like it's that big, but it's something. I mean, we haven't gotten any Friday the 13th material in well over a decade. So I'm not going to complain about what we've gotten so far. And that was a lot of things for just one day. And you got to realize they're going to be filming this show throughout the entire summer. They're going to be filming new movies. There's going to be video game news coming. There's a lot more stuff coming out. So let's just be happy with what they gave us. I think it was really good news. It was exciting stuff to start off with, and it will get better for sure. But I will leave it at that. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.